we read Be a Recruiting Superstar by Mary Christensen. So we're going to talk briefly about what we learned about the book and how we're going to utilize it in our business. So I think one of the funnest things we can start off talking about is what type of bird we are. So who wants to start about the type of bird that they found themselves to be?
Oh, I'll start.
Okay.
I actually was the dove, which is sensitive, nurturing, and kind, and that totally fits me because I'm a mom of 3, and I have to be sensitive, nurturing, and kind. That's just in my DNA. So, and I find myself doing that with some of my recruits because most of my recruits are quite a bit younger than me. So I thought it was interesting to see the different personalities.
Yep. Who else?
Well,
I honestly, I'm sorry, Bradley. You're right.
Go ahead, Nikki.
No, I was just going to say, I actually haven't gotten to that part. I only just downloaded the book the other day, so it'd be interesting to hear this section of it, because I was excited to get to this section.
Not a problem. Well, as you guys saw on my posting, I discovered that I'm a peacock. I definitely like attention, and I like being the center of attention, and I resemble everything that they talk about a peacock being. So, yeah, it was kind of interesting seeing myself in that. The book had also mentioned that people are very rarely just one of the birds. I find myself also being part eagle.
Okay, cool.
I can see both of those. So for me, I like you, Bradley. Like I see myself in different types of birds, but the ones that I saw the most for me was the swan, being motivated by like personal growth and development. So not even in Cincy, but like in my entire life, like I feel like I can't stop learning. Like I always want to be reading a book or watching YouTube video trainings, anything. Like I always want to know more. And so just like Desley said, I do the same thing with my recruits. So anytime I see something that I feel would benefit them, I always share it with all my recruits in an email. Like, hey, this is what I learned, and I think you would benefit from this too. So I share that with them as well. Good deal. So I guess my next question is, how do you recruit?
Okay, so I'll take this one first, I guess. I am pretty new to Sensi. I joined in July, and recruiting was like the most nerve-wracking thing in the world for me. I was stumbling over my words. I was talking too much, spewing the facts. You know what I mean? How Edie always says, you're spewing the facts out. And I don't think that I was paying enough attention to how the opportunity could really benefit that person. So through reading this book, I realized the mistakes that I was making as I was reading through the book, and I'm like, okay, I need to regroup. And since slowing down and focusing more on that person and what my opportunity can offer them, I've stopped spewing the facts. It's just made a huge difference so far. I've really paid attention to what was said in here and started trying new things because I immediately saw, oh, I do this and you're not supposed to do that, and oh, I do that and you're not supposed to do this. So it was kind of an eye-opener, and it makes me feel a lot more comfortable approaching people and recruiting now.
Yeah, my first time around, because I recently just got active, like super active again. So the first time that I started recruiting, I did the same thing. Like I just told people like how great Cincy was, and I just wanted to tell all the facts, and this is why it's going to benefit from you. But this time, like literally in the span of 2 months, I have 6 people on my team, and so I really think that stepping back and finding out why they want to join has definitely helped narrow my verbiage. So I have 2 people that want to join for the extra income, and then one person just wants to have something to do. And so that definitely helps with, like, so the person that just wants something to do, I don't really talk about the earning potential with her. I talk about, the friendships that she can make and how she can grow her business just, just by having a hobby. And so it's a completely different type of conversation that I have with her. But yeah, that's definitely how I've changed the way that I've recruited with this book as well. Bradley, do you have anything, or Nikki?
Well, with me, I actually joined Sensi like 2 years ago, this past August, and I started really strong. I got 3 recruits right away. I thought everything was going well, but all 3 of my recruits did absolutely nothing. Like nothing in sales, nothing, and I was kind of upset. And I've been top in sales in the country for 3 companies. Um, I was really crushed. I'm like, why am I not able to do this? And then Edie really helped open up my eyes with realizing that you don't sell Sensi, you share Sensi. Um, so that was a huge eye opener for me. And then Edie challenged me to the 30-day Excuse Buster Challenge, which you guys have seen me post a lot about. And that just helped me break outside of my inner circle because, like so many other people that I have encountered, a person's inner circle can only take you so far. Like, everybody made their initial purchase and now they're done. Nobody wanted to join, nobody wanted to do anything like that. So I really had to work on getting outside of the inner circle and make myself, uncomfortable, because I found out that whenever you are outside of your comfort zone, that's when you're going to be more successful. Like, I'm a very outgoing person. I'm very confident. I love being the center of attention. I've always been on stage, whether singing, acting, that sort of thing. And going and talking to a stranger is nerve-wracking for me. I can be the life of the party, but my first day of the challenge, I went to Target, and I walked around Target for 2 hours before I got the nerves to talk to somebody. So reading this book has really helped me come up with new ways, I think, of approaching this, and new ways to look at potential recruits and identify potential recruits. So I'm
I think that too is kind of like what you said. I've stopped selling Cincy. I don't sell it anymore. I just share it. And so I've taken, like, just what you said. I go for no. Like, no is the new yes for me. So if I can get 10 no's in a day, I have reached my goal. So, like, changing my mindset that no is the new yes for me, that has helped. And it's just how Edie said as well. It's like a piece of gum. So anywhere you go, you're going to offer someone a piece of gum. Like, when you take out your pack of gum, you're going to automatically turn to the person on your left and say, hey, do you want a piece of gum? And they could say no. You could care less whether or not they said no. You're just going to turn to the person to your right and offer them a stick of gum too. But either way, when that person goes to the store, they're going to be like, oh, you know what? She offered me a piece of gum. What kind was it? I need to call her and find out. So at some point, someone's going to be able to come back to you and say, hey, you had mentioned that. But that goes for recruiting too. You just need to offer the opportunity to everybody in some way or another, and then you throw all your stuff out there, your net, it's gonna hit something or someone. Yep.
Exactly.
Nikki, how do you recruit?
I started in the end of August this year, and I got my first recruit within the first week, which was awesome. But she didn't do anything. She did the warmer. You guys can do the warmer of the month over there. We can't do that here yet, which I'm a bit bummed about, but that's okay. So she just thought that was enough, and then it then became a bit of a blamey, everyone does it here, and there's not many here, and then I don't really want to do it. So I kind of just left it be with her. I think it's going to get to the stage. I just became certified yesterday, which I'm excited about, telling everyone I'm certified.
Congratulations.
I know it means something completely different here, but that's okay. And people are like, I know you. Oh, is that a good thing? Yes, it is. And I think a lot of my school friends. I've just had my 25th school reunion. They kept asking me about it. So I loved when, and Bradley and Kimberly, you just said that you share Scentsy, which I love to do. Like, I'm giving everyone hand cream. I just rub hand cream and then I say, do you want some? So hand cream is now my stick of gum I've worked out. So, and I've relaxed in, look, just sell it, and when people see that I'm happy and it's exciting and people will jump on board, I'm not going to stress out about it. I don't want this to be like every other job that I've had where I'm stressing about not doing a good job. I just want to love Scentsy and have fun doing it. And I think that's going to come across. You know, they always say, do what you love and the money will follow. Well, I've found the thing that I love, then the money's following. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Right. Why bother doing something if you're not going to have fun with it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to put the effort. You're not going to put the effort into it if you're not having fun. So, I do the same thing.
Right.
Exactly. I've been stuck in so many retail jobs trying to forcibly sell something to make a living that I didn't believe in. And I mean, it just made me sick. And I had to do it to make a living. But again, I love Scentsy. And it's just fun to share. It sounds like you're doing everything right, Nikki, and heading in the right direction.
Yeah, I hope. Well, not I hope so. I've found myself again with Scentsy. I have to actually. I've been stalking you people in a nice way about your Scentsy story. I won't turn up at your house, I promise, or I will. But I like your Scentsy story, and I've worked out that I like doing videos, which I never thought that I would ever. You know, you have to be thinner, longer hair, you know, all that stuff. And now I do it, and I have so much fun doing it. And that's a new avenue for me that I like doing. And people, you know, just say, oh my God, you're so you doing it. And I think that relaxes more people to then say, what is this you're selling? Like, can I try this out? And, you know, if they see that I'm having fun with it and their life's boring, it's always a thing of, I want that. I want what you got. And I can just say, well, I got Scentsy. Here, have it. You can have this. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, have you started a channel?
Yes, I have. I actually did a video yesterday, which, you know, I try to block it for like 5 to 7 minutes, but they always go to 15 minutes because I just start talking. So yeah, and it's just, I think it's just Nicole Suzanne Brown at the moment. I have to work out how to change the name and all that stuff. So I'll try to put a link into the direct sales group, and you guys can have fun at my tinsel hair that I had yesterday.
Oh, you're good. But yeah, I'm sure, I know Bradley will be able to speak to this too. I'm pretty sure that like once you start doing your videos, you'll find that people will email you like, you know, a couple times a week, like, hey, I saw your videos, like, can you tell me more? And so 2 of my 6 recruits in the past month came from, like, I don't even know them. They just came from, like, finding me on YouTube. So that's also another way to recruit, because they can see your passion and you're excited and you know what you're talking about, and you emit that through the video, so they want to be a part of your team. So that'll definitely help with recruiting too. I know, you know, Bradley's shaking his head, so I'm pretty sure he's gotten some of those emails and that communication too. And I know Desley's going to start a channel, right?
I know, you guys are peer pressuring me. Like, you talk to me all the time, girl, and I'm like, I will do the videos, I promise.
It's seriously an excellent way to build your business. Like Kimberly was saying, I receive random emails from people, or even comments asking me about Scentsy, either, you know, what is it, or I also have fellow consultants contacting me, you know, asking me questions, that sort of thing. It's an excellent way to network, and I've met a lot of great people through my videos. I was completely nervous when I started too, because again, you know, on stage is one thing, but watching yourself being recorded on my laptop, like, it's so nerve-wracking, and I'm like, oh my God, I look like crap, or, you know,
that's my nightmare.
You know what? You just have to start doing it, and you'll get over it. I don't even look at me right now. This is live, and I look like crap. I've been cleaning all day. So, But no, it's a great way to build your business. And something else that I had learned from Edie, she's a wealth of information. If you guys have never spoken with her, you definitely should. Um, is you don't have to be perfect. Being perfect is actually your enemy in this business, because then people are going to watch your videos and they're going to like your videos, but you're not going to be able to recruit. People are going to be like, oh my God, I can never do that. But if you're on there, you know, you stumble over your words sometimes, you don't look necessarily perfect, or, you know, whatever, even if you don't know the answer for something, or you're saying a lot, or, you know, something like that, you're going to appear duplicatable. You know,
Yeah.
you're not going to seem out of reach, and people are going to be like, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
So
I think too, with the social media and this world at the moment, with it being so reality TV starish, a lot of people then, I know, like I got stopped the other day and the lady said, you know, I saw you on Facebook doing videos, you know, you're hilarious, da, 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 and I didn't, that's nice, can I have the milk? You know, but it's people want to know people who do something that they find is scary, that they would say, I could never do that, I don't know how you could do that. They, you know, it's that whole rub off success stuff. They, you know, rub me for luck kind of thing. That's what I always say. And I think that's what people generate or come to you for. They're not coming for the product. The product's brilliant. The product sells itself. But we have to then, I've worked out with Sensei, you have to strip yourself bare and just be you. Because when you come to a party, you're not going to be that stick figure of being perfect and, you know, presentable. You will do the ums, the ahs. People will say, what's that made of? And you go, yeah, you know. And I think that's what people will like, because then they'll relax and then they'll have fun.
exactly.
Yep. So I think another thing that I read in the book, and something that I'm actually going to start doing, is since I have some recruits that aren't even close to me, and even when, because I'm going to be moving across the country here at the end of this month, and I still have recruits that are going to be joining here, something that I want to do, and I read in the book, is one, to be at that recruit's launch party. And if you can be at the launch party, either record a video or like this, like in Google Hangout, so that way the people at the party can see the sponsor, and you being the sponsor can thank them for coming to the launch party and supporting, you know, this person's business. So I thought that was really something that I wanted to try to incorporate. So I don't know if you guys have done that yet or thought about that, but I thought that was a really great idea. It also helps your recruit, I guess, maybe feel more comfortable as well, that, you know, hey, she's here. And you can even stay the entire time, like on the screen, so that way if there are questions, I mean, it's their first launch, like it's their launch party. They might not, you know, have all the answers. I mean, we might not either, but you know, they might have questions, and that might be easier for us to be able to answer their questions that way. So that's something to think about. I think I might start trying to do that. But Destiny, you got a lot of stuff written down. What was some more stuff that you had written down?
I thought it was interesting how they did profiles of different professions and different types of people and how they work for direct sales, and how you can tailor how, when you're recruiting them or trying to recruit them, how you talk to them. Because obviously somebody who's a nurse is not going to give a crap about the same things as somebody who's, say, a soccer mom would.
Right.
You know, there's different aspects to it. So I thought it was really cool how they did profession profiling and types of people profiling for the opportunity. You know, I really thought that it was interesting, and it made me kind of question, like I said earlier, the way that I did things, and gave me a little bit more perspective and made me feel, I think, a little bit more prepared at approaching people and approaching them in a manner that would be effective not only for myself but also for them.
Good deal. I agree. Yeah, I liked that part where they did the profiles. Yep. What else? Anything else? Do you guys have any questions or anything more that you've learned from the book?
For me, a lot of it's pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of putting it into practice.
Mm.
Um, with my ex-husband and I, um, when we were together, he was going through his midlife crisis and trying to rediscover himself. And I would be going to these, shows with Anthony Robbins and, different motivational speakers, watching and reading The Secret, like back when it first came out. And um, all of that was crazy. So I've learned a lot of this before. It's just nice seeing it in a new light or being shown in a new perspective, especially at a time like this where I'm, only a couple months into, jump starting my Sensi business so that I can actually apply, these concepts to my business instead of having to completely recall from memory. So that's definitely a refreshing.
Yeah, I think too another piece. You said Anthony Robbins made me think of Sarah Robbins. I had posted that video of how she recruits, and I thought that was really great. Like if you talk to somebody and they say, "Oh, well, I moved to wherever," you can say, "Oh, I'm growing a business in wherever. Do you know anybody who like might want to grow their business, or do you have any ideas?" So that way that sparks a conversation of, well, what do you do? You can kind of go into it that way. I actually sent a couple of messages out through Facebook, and it was just random conversation. And then towards the end of the conversation, I was like, you know what? I have a question for you. You said that you live here now. Like, I'm growing a business there. Do you know anybody who would be interested? And then they're like, well, like I might be. Like, what are you doing? And so that opened up that whole conversation. So that was definitely a nice conversation starter.
Nice.
Yeah. And another thing I think I posted from there is the feel, felt, found. Did you guys see that?
I did.
So yeah, so if someone comes back and they say something like, no, like the starter kit is just too expensive for me, you say, you know what, I feel the same, like I understand how you feel, I felt the same way too, but here's what I found out. We can have a party, and if your party's over $500, I can turn the party over to you, and that party will pay for your starter kit. And so that whole little feel, felt, found is pretty powerful too. So I'm going to try to start working that into my recruiting conversations too.
Yeah.
So what else?
I definitely like doing the whole flipping the party thing. I've worked for several other direct sales companies where if you have the party, you get the kit, and that's like set up directly through the organization. Like when I used to do Party Light, they have that automatically built into their system, whereas we can choose to offer that as an independent Sensi consultant.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily something that's sanctioned by Sensi Home Office, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's a tool that I'm going to start utilizing as well, because I have encountered a few people who were very much reluctant to join because of the pricing, when in fact joining could be, the cure to their financial situation. So
Yep.
definitely something positive to add.
What else?
You guys, how much does it cost over there? It costs $99 over there.
Correct.
For your kit.
Yes.
So that's about we're $139 plus postage and handling and stuff. And I thought that was a bargain. I actually saw a thing on Sensi ages ago on TV. They were on a business network. And I thought, whenever that comes to Australia, I'm going to jump on board. And I didn't see it until August. And then I madly started Facebooking Sensi consultants and asking them random questions about what you do and do I have to pay for postage and all that stuff. And that I'm with Laurie Ayres. That's how I found her. And then I found Edie. I actually knew Edie from another Facebook group. So I'm a bit bummed that I didn't get under her, but that's all right. And yeah, I find it's a bargain, and I know that when I'm in Sydney at the moment, and I'm originally from Queensland, and I just went back home for the reunion, and every Facebook thing, it was like, I'm on the plane, I'm so grateful for Sensi because I paid for this trip, which it did. My first month I paid for my kit, second month I paid for my air flights, And that's when I had a couple of my friends say, so, hey, what's your website? Like, can I have a look at what you're selling? And so I know with that, it's one of those things that it's that gratitude of the lifestyle you have now compared to how you were before, I think is what's attractive about it. But yeah, I think the kit's a bargain. I don't see it's expensive. See, it's a lot more expensive stuff like being sick and paying for medication than being happy and loving what you do. That's how I look at it anyway.
Yeah, and I think it mentioned in the book also is like if you're doing something, if you're getting a pedicure or if you're getting your car washed, anything, if you're paying with it on your Cincy card, say, thanks Cincy for my car wash today, or man, Cincy's paying for my pedicure, or whatever. I know there's a couple of times where I've posted, oh my gosh, my Cincy paycheck is paid for my car and all my utilities. Those posts like that have gotten a lot of buzz from people. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I paid for your car with your Cincy paycheck? Like, I want that. Like, I want pretty much like a free car. So that stuff has definitely helped with that type of conversation.
Exactly. Now that I'm a lead consultant, I can't wait to start making those kind of checks.
Well, you know what? One of those conversations that I had with Edie, it was my last month status with her. We talked about earning income potential. So we talked about when will I start seeing like the big bucks? And so we kind of talked through that. So I encourage you to have that conversation with her too the next time you have a status with her. She'll be completely open and honest with you about the pay scale of each different step of the way. It's pretty eye-opening. So that's definitely.
I have that call tomorrow, so I will be asking that question.
Nice. I have to schedule my new one.
Do what, Bradley?
Oh, I have yet to schedule my new one. I had a call with her not yesterday, but the day before. So yeah, on the 1st.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about or mention, or how you're growing your businesses differently after you've read the book?
Not really. I think we covered pretty much the premise of the book.
All right. So I'm pretty sure you guys already know. Pull it up. So you guys voted, and we are going to be reading. Let me get this alert off. Okay, so we're going to be reading the Party Plan Superstar, build a $100,000 a year direct selling business from home. So this was the one that won. So we'll be reading this for the month of December, and we'll be discussing that in the first week of January. So are y'all good?
Yeah, I have half of it read already because I already knew that's what we were going to read because of the votes.
I actually read that one first.
Jump in the gun. Good.
I got a head start, so I'll be done by the end of the week.
And you can start reading those books that you put on there from The Secret, right?
Yeah, that's right. Because I added more books to the list because I love to read, so let's read some books.
I know. I can't stop reading. Well, all right. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I'm so glad, Nikki. I'm glad you got to join us this time.
Yay!
Does Wednesday work okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think I might put that question on the thing too, just in case, and in case I feel might feel another day might work better. But I thought this would be a good time frame. But everybody's different. All right. I guess you guys have a great December.
You as well.
Awesome.
Recruit. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.